What's going on, guys? We are going to do a little review on this hotshot oven right behind me here. I'm a full-time knife maker. I heat treat knives on a weekly basis. I also heat treat knives for some of my other knife making friends. So this heat treat oven has seen a lot of use. I've been using it now for about 2 years. And like I said, I heat treat knives on a weekly basis. I'm constantly putting this thing to basically the highest temperatures it could possibly go to, at 2200 degrees. And I do this week after week. So I've had enough experience with this oven now to where I feel like I can provide you guys with some honest feedback and how I like the oven. So we're gonna heat treat some knives today. We're gonna heat treat some Magnamax and show you guys how quickly this oven ramps up, how accurately it holds temperature, and just the overall user experience with this oven. So let's jump right into it. Before we get into it, I do want to let you guys know I am an affiliate with Hotshot Ovens, and I'm not an affiliate with just any company. Really, if it doesn't really matter to me if a company reaches out to me and wants to sponsor what I do or wants me to become an affiliate, if I don't think that it's the best equipment for my shop and what I do, I won't accept it. So I only use this hotshot oven because I genuinely believe it is the best heat treating oven on the market for my needs as a full-time knife maker. And if there was a better oven on the market, I would be using that instead. So there's a link in the description if you guys want to check it out. I do have a $10, not $10, 10% coupon code. And if you use that, then I also get a little bit of commission from that. But just wanted to get that out of the way. I am an affiliate with them, but I am not an affiliate just because they offered. I am an affiliate because I genuinely really enjoy using this oven, and I believe it's the best one money can buy on the market for my needs. So let's get into it. All right, so this is the oven. Let me show you guys the model number. You can take a screenshot of that. And before we get it turned on and start ramping it up, I want to show you guys the coolest feature that I really like, especially because I have kids and also it's a safety feature for me as well. But they have this thing called Cool Touch technology. You can see all these air vents everywhere. And if you actually take a look inside, the heated box is actually not making contact with the outside. So there's a air gap all the way underneath and around. And there's some fans back here that pull air from the chamber through these holes and pushed out the back. And what that does is that keeps the outside box cool to the touch. So even when this oven is at very high temperatures for long durations, when you touch the box, it just feels a little bit warm. Never gets too hot to touch. So that's awesome. If I were to touch it or lean against it, or my kids are in the shop and touch the oven and stuff like that, nobody gets hurt and it's a lot safer. So let's get this thing turned on. All right, so to get the oven started, we're gonna press start. Gonna press our what cycle we want, which is gonna be austenitize. Now it's asking if I want to delay the start. I'm just gonna press no. And then now it's going to start ramping up. So you can see the set point says 1975, but we want to change that to 2200 degrees. So we're just going to press edit schedule. And then we're going to click the set point. Right now it's at 1975. So we're just going to press that. And then we're going to clear and then change it to 2200. Press enter. You got to press a little bit harder than your typical touchscreen on a phone or something like that, but that's no big deal. And then just press save. All right, so we changed our set point to 2200 degrees. This shows you your current kiln temp, which is at 228 and counting. This thing ramps extremely fast. So it says right here the elapsed time, so we've been ramping now for 1 minute, and I will come back when this thing hits 2200 degrees and show you how long it actually took to hit 2200 degrees. So the oven is back there and it is ramping up to temperature. While that's happening, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a backstory on why I'm using the hot shot oven versus the other ovens that are on the market. So when I was looking into ovens, the reason why I was looking into them was because right here, there's a Paragon oven that I was using for a long time. And it was fine and it worked. It would just take a long time to ramp up. An example would be it would take like 4 or 5 hours to ramp up to 2200 degrees. And when you're running this as a business, that's just too slow and that won't do. So I looked into all my options. The first two things that came up was Paragon and Even Heat. They make great ovens, and that was what I was considering. But their lead times were like, I don't know, like 2 months at the time, and I just didn't want to wait. So I found Hot Shot Ovens. They seemed to be a great company. Their lead times were basically shipped same day, which was awesome. And I did some more research on the company, and I really liked the specs of the oven. I gave them a call, spoke to them. They seemed to be a family-run company, seemed to be great people. So I bought that oven, and I haven't looked back since. And I'm honestly glad that I did, because this oven has been an absolute workhorse. The ramp rates for this oven are extremely fast. I believe they're the fastest on the market. It holds temperature super accurately. It recovers extremely quick from putting cold blades inside. And it's just been, easy to use, a great user experience. And I do this full time. I've said that multiple times. And what's important to me is having tools in the shop that are the most efficient as possible. And if that means that they're more expensive or, what have you, it doesn't matter, because this is a business and I need to have things that are a good investment. So good tools are never a bad investment. Good tools are always great investments if that means it's going to improve efficiency and make my life easier in running my business. So that's why I use my hot shot oven. That's why I'm happy with it, and I'm going to stick with it for the long term. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to pull out my quench plate setup, show you guys how I use them. We're going to heat treat some knives. I'm going to show you how quick the oven gets up to temperature, show you how quick the oven recovers, and show you how accurately the oven is able to hold these temperatures at. So yeah, I'm going to get this camera turned around and show you the quenching plate setup. Let's do it. So this is my quenching setup. It's a couple aluminum plates drilled and tapped, and I have a water pump pushing water through these lines, circulates through both plates a few times, and then returns back into the bucket. I put some ice in there. It's almost melted now, but that water is nice and ice cold, and the plates are going to stay nice and ice cold. So this is very efficient, and I've been using this for longer than I've had my hot shot oven. I made these plates myself, and they work fantastic. The oven is almost at temperature, so we'll just wait a few more minutes for it to hit temperature, and then we'll start heat treating. All right, the timer just went off. Set point has been reached. And it took 53 minutes to get to 2200 degrees, which is crazy fast. That gives me enough time to get all my blades prepped, get all my quenching all set up, and now by the time that's all done, the oven is already at temperature, ready to heat treat some knives. So let's get the oven loaded up, and let's show you guys how quickly the oven can recover once we get blades in the oven. There's blade number 2. And you can see our kiln temp has now dropped. It's at 2110. So only dropped by less than 100 degrees. Now it's going to start climbing back up. All right, it has been 4 minutes and we're already at temperature. So 4 minutes to recover to 2200 degrees. There it is. And now, if you just watch the kiln temp, it shows you the actual temperature, and look how accurate that is. It just hovers right there. Within 2 or 3 degrees, It's still stabilizing right now. So right now is the moment where we're going to start our soak time. So we're going to soak these for 6 minutes. And then once they've soaked for 6 minutes, we'll go ahead and start the quenching process. It has been 6 minutes. Time to quench these blades. You want to do this as quickly as possible. The quench rate is super important. So open the door, grab our blade out, straighten out that foil a little bit. And tighten it down. Now these aluminum plates are rapidly sucking heat out of that blade. It only takes about a minute before the blade is cool to the touch. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull that blade out, set it over here on the workbench, get the other blade, get that blade in the plates, and while that second blade is in the plates, we're going to come back here to the first blade, cut the foil open, and get it inside the liquid nitrogen. So this process is super quick and it results in a really good and proper heat treat. So this blade will sit right over here. We'll come over here and grab our second blade. Come over to this first blade we just pulled out. You can see it's nice and cool to the touch. Pull this blade out. Stick a string through it that's tied at the end so it doesn't slip out. And go right into the liquid nitrogen. Now we'll just repeat this process. We're going to load a couple blades back up and then repeat this process until we are through with our batch. So check this out. The oven has been on for about an hour now at 2200 degrees, and I can lay my whole hand on here nice and flat. And it is warm. In fact, I'll show you exactly how warm it is. 128 degrees. Check up here. 112 degrees. 126 degrees. Feels pretty warm, but nothing that's dangerous, nothing that's painful. It's awesome. So all the knives have been quenched, and I'm going to save the rest of the heat treatment process for another video, which will be more in depth on exactly how to heat treat knives. In this video, I really just wanted to showcase the hot shot oven, give it a bit of a review, since I've been using it long term now for a few years, and tell you guys what I think about it. So my final verdict is that this oven is honestly amazing. It ramps up super fast, it holds temperatures very accurately, and it hasn't given me any issues. So there's really nothing to complain about here. Seems like a great company, and that's what could you ask for? You know, it's a great machine that works, and it's an American company. So that's my opinion on it. I think it's a great buy for anybody who wants a quality oven, and it's well worth it. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop a comment. If you're interested in the oven, check the link in the description and make sure to use my 10% off coupon code. And that'll be it for this video. So you guys, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. And I will catch you in the next one.